Orman McGill and I years ago had a conversation one time about intent. What are you intending to do when you go to hypnotize somebody? What is your plan? What are you going to do? You may know all these inductions we're teaching. We're going to be saturating your brain with these inductions. But what is the intent in the outcome? In the timeline you're in this very moment, right here, right now, in this moment, that moment I just spoke of a second ago is no longer going to be here. So you're stepping forward in time. So the idea is, in time, where are you? In some future moment, the person in this chair is already hypnotized. You're stepping into that moment. What you're projecting from your thought is a very powerful, powerful thing. Everything that's ever been created starts off as a thought or an idea or a concept. To put this building up, there had to be a plan. From that plan, there had to be action. There are two different levels of thought. This close my hand and this close my hand. The first one is a nice concept that doesn't do anything. The second one activates reality. There are Buddhist meditations where they stare at their hand for hours, opening and closing and opening and closing, because it gives you a sense that you're sitting inside this vehicle, this body, to activate something. So consequently, if in my head I have a concept that I'm going to look at him and for the first time in front of an audience, or anywhere, ever hypnotize somebody as their eyes close and I say sleep, and I'm coming into that radar as the eyes blink, because there's a built-in pattern interrupt in an individual as their eyes close for a second, there's a slight shift in their brainwave pattern. If I'm going to work on that as a concept in my head, he's already hypnotized before he sits in that chair. Before I go out to do his show, my show is already a massive hit and I've blown away the audience and I've hypnotized these people. I'm simply stepping into that moment. Are you grasping what I'm saying? Yeah. There's magnitude and power in what I'm saying. If you walk out thinking, oh, I hope they're going to like me, I don't know, I don't know, and public speaking is the #1 fear, and this year death came in 5th, and public speaking is always #1. I hope I don't suck. I hope the audience doesn't hate my guts. Let's talk about that for a second too, public speaking, as I'm jumping into this for a minute. I'm going Robin Williams on you. I'm going to be 12 places at once. Public speaking. Have you ever gone to see a public speaker and before you walked in you go, I hope these people are terrible, I hope they stink, I hope I'm so bored that my brains are running out of my ears onto the floor? No, you're a fan of that person before you walk into that room, or you wouldn't be in that room. So every audience you step in front of potentially is full of new fans and friends. Every time you put a person into the chair, potentially, and I don't mean the electric chair like we have in the US, but they don't use them so much anymore, but any person you sit down to hypnotize, in your mind, you are simply liberating a natural state of hypnotism, as he was talking about yesterday, out of them for whatever function and purpose you're looking to achieve concept-wise. At some future moment, they're already hypnotized anyway. You're just simply stepping into that, activating it, and then utilizing it to whatever extent and purpose you need that to be. So in my mind, to discuss what he was mentioning a few moments ago, I will never ever fail in a hypnosis induction.